Hey guys, so today we're gonna do a get ready with me, but I wanted to kind of do a little bit different rather than like me either just doing like a talk through or, me being distracted by the TV behind me watching How I Met Your Mother for the 80 millionth time. I wanted to do kind of like just kind of check in with everybody. The world has imploded and it has only continued to implode since I started my channel. And it's just I went back to work about 3 weeks ago and it seemed like the world was finally starting to pretend to at least go back to normal, at least here in Florida. I was back at Massage Envy. The restaurant was back to serving. It seemed like we were finally getting onto a shred of normal. And then everything happened with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and a bunch of other people. And I've been very vocal about my opinion, both in real life and on like my Facebook and Twitter. But I haven't said anything here. And I feel like part of that was because I don't really have a very big audience for this platform. So it kind of was like, I don't feel like my voice was going to reach a lot of people. But I also didn't want to keep going through and editing the videos I pre-filmed, and not have something addressing the insanity of the world. I posted back when COVID started, I posted on Twitter and Facebook a rant about how I genuinely believe that our government in this country failed us. And I've been very vocal about that for years. I truthfully think that living in a two-party system when we have so many different opinions and voices and, lifestyles in this country doesn't work. You can't say it's either this way or that way. That's ridiculous and it's not possible. There is no one right way to live your life. There's not. If you are a good person who's not, causing physical harm to people for absolutely no reason, mind you, there is at times a need for force. I'm not saying that there's not. I'm saying that if you're being held against your will and you need to escape a situation like an abusive relationship, abusive family member, whatever, do what you need to get out. If somebody is threatening you, by all means, do what you need to. But that does not justify anything that has happened in the last 3 weeks. I don't know who decided that all of this was okay. It's fucking not. And on top of that, I'm not condoning riots, looting, and burning people's property and, destroying people's livelihoods. But I also know that nothing of meaningful change happens without drastic measures. We've seen this throughout the course of history. I mean, it's a horrible fucking example, but, Henry Tudor wanted to leave his wife. The Pope said no. He's like, fuck you, I'm making a new church. The whole world has seen this time and time again. History has given us the roadmap for this, and people are now saying, oh, well, that's not how you do things. That's how y'all have done things forever. Y'all remember the Boston Tea Party? That was riots and that was looting. So we're, make sense of that. It's weird. And of course, I'm not by any means saying that, all cops are bad, because they're not. Growing up, my mom's best friend's husband was a cop. I know that not all of them are bad, but also if you don't do your part and speak out against the ones that are corrupt and are, racist as fuck and are, you know, committing police brutality, even if it's not a race thing, even if it's just, you know, white on white police brutality. Police brutality in general has to fucking stop. It's fucking bullshit. There's no fucking reason for it. Like, I understand if you genuinely feel threatened, but also, like, I'm not trained to handle high pressure situations. Y'all are. You should be held to a higher standard because you went through any amount of training for the job you are in. Like, I'm held to a higher standard as the front desk supervisor at Massage Envy than just Mo and Joe walking off the street. You know, like, I'm not... You signed up for a job. You knew there was danger involved in that job when you signed up for it. And somebody said to me the other day, they're like, well, maybe the cops that don't speak up for it are, like, anti-conflict. And I understand, like, in your personal life if you're anti-conflict, but when you sign up for a job that is essentially meant to prevent and solve conflict, you can't be anti-conflict. That's that simple. I didn't want to get that heavy into something this early in the video. But yeah, like, you can't be anti-conflict and be in a position where you're surrounded by conflict on a regular basis. That doesn't work. That's just that's fucking stupid and asinine to think that you can be anti-conflict in a job that is surrounded by conflict. That doesn't work. I really need to clean up my brows. So that's that. But more to the fact, like, it's not just that. So then you have all of that happening with police brutality and racism and Black Lives Matter, which if I hear one person in the comments, if I read one comment that says all lives matter, unsubscribe. I'm fucking done. Like, don't even. No one said your life didn't matter. We're saying your life isn't being threatened right now. Fun fact. That's what this is. That's what's happening. Just so that we're clear. Fucking idiots. Like, y'all got the witches and the Amish united on the same front. And y'all still think you're in the right. First off, how'd the Amish find out? That's what I want to know. How did the Amish find out that there were riots and everything? Because they don't have media. Like, did the paperboy just drop off the news and it was there? I didn't know they could get the printing presses done that fast. But, like, you got witches and Amish, two people that have vastly different views on the world, to agree on something. And y'all can't agree on this. And then on top of that, our oh-so delightful orangutan of a president. Can you guess where this is going? And his administration decided to try and revoke transgender and gay health rights? Are you out of your mind? This is going to be a very angry video, and I guarantee you this video will never, ever get monetized in the history of the known universe, because I'm just a girl sitting here in a bathrobe, hair in a towel, talking shit, basically. Because I'm mad, and I've been mad for a long time. I've been mad since he got elected. But it's getting worse, and people that can't see that it's gotten worse because of him are part of the problem. Like, I don't understand how people still think he was a good choice. Like, I understand that you didn't like Hillary. She wasn't my favorite. She wasn't my first choice. But Trump was never going to be my choice. So, what did you think was going to happen? I have so many friends, and at this point, emotionally, they're family members, that lives and livelihoods have been threatened because of Trump. and his followers. And it's just, it's insane to me that human beings can hate someone so much. And we as human beings have such a massive capacity for hate that it's kind of, oh shit. I'm just trying to find the lid to my eyebrow pencil. That's really all I was trying to do. But it's crazy to me that we have such a capacity for hate that we forget that we have an equal and probably greater capacity for love and understanding. And like, I'm not under the disillusion that, you know, humans will ever have like a utopian society where we all sing kumbaya and get along together, because we're all always going to have different opinions and different, you know, ways that we believe the world should work. But there has to be a middle ground where we can be like, you think one way, I think another way. We can disagree on some things, but you can't disagree on somebody's fundamental right to exist on this planet. Point blank, you can't. So yeah, mental health check. Most of us are probably not doing that great. I clearly am not. I get torn between being violently angry and just so, I don't want to say depressed because I don't want anyone to think that I'm like throwing that word around, but I think whatever, because everybody's level of depression and like version of how depression affects them is going to be different, obviously. So I don't know, I've never been diagnosed with depression. I've never, you know, sought out mental health like therapy or help or anything, which I probably should just because of my anger issues. But I feel like I have a lot that is, you know, I'm angry for deservedly. So like I just haven't, and I'm usually able to deal with it pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, I usually am, because there's usually an outlet for me to go deal with it, whether it's music or makeup or whatever. I usually have a way to pull me out of it, but everything happening so rapidly in the course of a few months, and then not being able to go let off steam in the places I would normally let off steam, it's kind of weird. And it was cool because when this first all started, I had just started my YouTube channel and it was a lot easier. I had an outlet and somewhere to focus energy into. And then as things just got exponentially worse, I feel like I've gotten less motivated to do it because what's the point? The world's just gonna keep falling apart, I think, is where my mind is at. So it's kind of, like, I started something that I've been talking about starting for years, and then you have all these friends that are like, you should start a YouTube channel because I want to learn how to do makeup just like you and blah blah blah. And then you start this YouTube channel, and I love that we started off with the deeper topics, and now I'm gonna just rant about my YouTube channel for 20 minutes because I started off deep, and then we're gonna go into vapid and shallow because I'm on a platform talking about myself on a platform for social media. But you have all these people that tell you that they're going to support you and that they're going to be there for you and they want you to do this and they want to follow you on this. And then you start the channel and you have 37 people watching you when you know you've had way more than that over the course of your entire life say things like that to you. And it's like, thanks for pretending to be supportive then, but you weren't there when I needed you to be, you know? And I'm not saying I ever thought that YouTube was gonna be my career. I feel like that would be just a little like ridiculous to assume. And I'm not saying that I expected it to take off right away, but I expected the people that I know who said that they would support me to support me. And like, and then on top of that, like I have 37 subscribers, and obviously I know that some of those are like my roommate, bless her heart, like followed me on all of her like Google accounts. And I love her for that. Don't get me wrong, but it's like my views, even with taking out like the 3 different Google accounts for my roommate, my views don't even come close to matching what my subscribers are. Like I have, on my last video, the last time I looked, I had 8 views and I have 37 subscribers. Like that's, the numbers aren't adding up. Like I thank you guys for subscribing and supporting, but if you're not going to watch them, then what was the point of subscribing? Like there's, the only way to grow on this platform is if people are watching you and sharing your videos, and you know, correction, that's not the only way to grow. You can buy views, but like why? Why would you want to fake your following? Like I don't understand that. Like I would rather have nobody here but a few people who like will loyally watch my channel than everyone than like me making fake accounts and like blowing smoke up my own ass. Like that's not what I'm here for, and that's not what I'm about. And I think people that do that are fucking stupid. And then on top of that, like I don't know if it's just because the world is actually falling apart, or if, you know, people have just gotten that disgusting of human beings, but I see people who I love in the YouTube community who have been on the platform for years, close to, at this point, a decade, it feels like. And they're either plateaued in their growth for whatever reason, or they're getting dragged through the mud every other day. And it's bullshit to me. I don't understand. I think it's no secret that one of my favorite YouTubers and one of my favorite beauty influencers on the platform is Nicole Guerrero. And her growth has plateaued on this platform for years. Like I see people that are so drama-filled and so problematic and that get canceled every other week, which canceled culture, stop, it's enough. If you don't like somebody, don't fucking watch them. Like move on, who cares? Manny MUA has been saying it for years. If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it. I don't understand why people keep watching artists and creators that they don't like. Like, walk away. You have the option. But I don't understand why people who are so problematic are celebrated in this community. And people like Nicole, who's literally not gotten into drama with anybody in the longest time. I think the last time I watched a video with her that she had any kind of like drama with anybody was a video that she posted, that somebody else posted a video that was almost identical, because there's only so many makeup looks you can do in the world before they start to look like something else somebody else has done. Especially back in 2011, when there wasn't this surge of creativity in the platform the way it is now. It was a celebrity-inspired makeup look. Obviously, there's no multiple ways to do a celebrity-inspired makeup look when that's a specific look from that person. Like, you both decided to recreate the same look. That's not a crime. But that was years ago, and that's the last time I saw there be any issue on that with Nicole. But yet, her growth on the platform has been stunted, and she's possibly one of the realest, most like truthful and respectful human beings on the platform. And it sucks to see her not growing and getting some of the opportunities that these very much younger like channels, not just like the people that have the channel are younger, but like their channels, they started them after her, have grown so massively, and they get into so many different like scandals or whatever, and they're more popular because of it. It doesn't seem like it fits the narrative. Like, if you think somebody's problematic, why are you paying attention to them? Like, I don't understand. Like, I get that we're all human and we like drama a little bit. Trust me, I'm not opposed to that. It's entertaining, but after a certain point, like, don't you get sick of it? I've been working on my brows for the last 30 minutes. The whole situation kind of like just rubs me the wrong way. So I don't know. I don't understand. And everything that's going on with Gabby Hanna is disgusting to me, that YouTube is doing this to her. This girl has worked so hard on her music. Like, you can just dislike her all you want, like that's your prerogative, but you can't discredit the work somebody's put in for a music career. Music's hard. Like, I don't even try to do music because it's so hard, and I wouldn't even know where to begin. Like, she's wanted this career path for so long, and now that she's getting anywhere near it, you know, people are just using her name to spread negative shit about her, which I defy y'all to find the one thing that proves that Gabby did anything that Jessie claims that she did, or that anybody has claimed that she did with any of that. Like, shut up. Like, nobody fucking cares. You're all ridiculous. Like, it's not that nobody cares, because, like, I would care if my ex-best friend did a collab with somebody that sexually assaulted or raped me. I would for sure care, and I would expect the rest of the world to have a reaction to that if that were the case. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've watched Gabby for years. That never happened. I would know if that had ever happened. I would know if that collab had come out. I would know exactly what video it was. I would know when it was taken down to like avoid everything. Like, it was never there. Like, people are insane for thinking that. Like, people are insane for believing a narrative that somebody created out of thin air. If you don't have the evidence for it to prove that it happened, and if there's no documentation of it anywhere, like, once you put something on the internet, you can take it down, but somebody somewhere has the proof of it. Like, you can't erase something from the internet completely, and we all know that. Somebody at some point has tried to erase something they think is embarrassing off the internet, and it doesn't work, because by the time you've gotten to it, somebody else has gotten to it too. So, like, there would be no way to erase that. Especially something that, like, disturbing and fucked up. Like, name the video. I don't understand. Name the video, and then maybe you have some ground to stand on. But if you can't even name what video it was and tell me what the collab was about, you're out of your fucking mind. Like, it didn't exist, and that's why you can't find it. But that's a whole other conversation that nobody's ready to have about the situation. I can't decide if I like this Rainforest of the Sea foundation tart. I really can't. I'm doing this new thing where I don't put a shit ton of concealer on my face, and I can't tell if I like it or not. I really can't tell. So yeah. But I don't... Whatever. I don't know. I feel like there's always something more that as human beings we could be doing than what we're doing. Like, and I feel like a lot of us have really good intentions. We just don't know where to start. Like, obviously some human beings are just garbage. That's just the nature of existence. Like, not everyone is, you know, destined to do great things and save the world. If everyone was meant to do great things, then nothing the people that did great things did would be great. Do you know what I mean? Like, not everyone can change the world, not everybody can save the world, but we can all play a part in getting to that step. Like, I hate that fucking Guardians of the Galaxy had, like, valid points, but, like, you don't need the whole answer. You need a part of the answer. And if somebody else has another part, and somebody else has another part, and, like, so on and so forth, you will get to the answer. You don't have to know the whole thing just from you. You don't have to come up with the whole solution. But if you have an idea and you say it to somebody else and they come up with the next part of the idea and you can all formulate a solution to the problem, that will help. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I have an idea, but I don't know how to get there. Guess I just have to throw the idea away. No, talk to people. Find the rest of the solution. For every 4 people that tell you that you're crazy, you're gonna find somebody somewhere that agrees with you. And I promise you, you will find somebody else. Like, you will find so many more people that agree with you than think you're stupid. Unless your idea is just stupid, which, forget what your teacher said to you. There are stupid questions and there's stupid ideas, okay? Just know that there are. Electing Trump was one of them. Just so we're all fucking clear. But, like, even if the people that tell you that they agree with what you think and, like, think your idea is good, even if they don't have, like, an answer for how to get to the next step, the more people that agree with you, the more you're going to probably find someone that has the next step. And maybe they were missing your part and didn't know how to get to what they were thinking of, and they were missing the beginning. Like, you just have to keep talking to get there. Like, you can't sit and do nothing. You have to talk about it. You have to have a discourse with people. You have to build a way to get there. You can't just expect it to happen because you had an idea. Like, I talked about starting my YouTube channel for, God, 4 or 5 years, something like that. I started, and it started as a joke. Like, it would be me just sitting in my bedroom at my mom's house, and I would talk to myself as I put my makeup on, like I had a YouTube channel. And then I was at my best friend at the time's house, and we were doing our makeup together, and I was still doing it, even though she was sitting right next to me. And she's like, why don't you just start a channel? And I was like, because I don't have anything to edit on. I don't have a camera. I don't have this. And I was just coming up with excuses for why I couldn't do it. And then I bought an iPhone again, and I was like, huh. Somebody made an offhand, I think it was my friend's ex-boyfriend, he made a comment like, you have the new iPhone with, like, a fucking bomb camera. Why don't you just film on your phone? And I was like, well, now I don't have time. Like, I have 2 jobs. One, I'm, like, trying to get, like, another promotion at, and, like, trying to, like, elevate where my life is going in that area, and I don't have time. I don't have time to do YouTube. And that was my excuse then, because now I had an iPhone, so I had a camera to film on, and an iPhone came with iMovie, and I had something to edit on, so it wasn't like, I just found a new excuse. And then I got the call that we were closing down Massage Envy for COVID. And it wasn't that I panicked, it was that I sat there and I was like, well, shit. What do I do now? Like, I knew that I could go to the restaurant because restaurants in Florida weren't shut down dining room wise yet. That happened the next day. But I knew that I could still do the restaurant for a while at least, and then I would have that. And then my next thought was, I do have time to do YouTube now. It was like a month's difference between the I don't have time, I'm so busy with work, to my job getting shut down and me having, oh my God, it really was about a month. It was like February, right around Valentine's Day. And it was the 18th or 19th of March that it was right about a month. Oh my gosh. In the course of a month, I went from being like, I don't have time for YouTube to, I do have time. I'll find time. So don't make excuses for why you can't do things. Don't try and justify why you're stuck. Like, you can figure it out. You're in charge of how your life runs. There are obviously going to be things that you can't control. You can't control other people's reaction to you. And you can't control the actual planet and the universe and like things outside of yourself. But you can control your reaction to things that happen to you. And if what? And if there, I haven't decided if I'm editing this video or if I'm just gonna upload it straight. I haven't decided yet. But if there's one thing that the 2020 has taught me, which 2020 you can say sucked all you want, but 2020 sucked if you lost a family member or a friend or anything due to anything that happened in 2020. 2020 sucked in the regards that it threw all of us through a shell shock of, oh crap, what do we do now? But 2020 has been amazing in that it presented all of us with the opportunity to really discover who we were, relearn our self-worth, figure out what we want in our lives, and just change things that we didn't like. Like, you have the option to change anything about your life you don't like. Again, you can't control what people think of you, but you can control what you think of yourself. And I can almost guarantee you that if you change the way you think of yourself, people will change the way they think about you. Whether that's good or bad is up to you. Because again, their fucking opinions don't actually matter and you can't control that. So fuck them if they don't like you. That's how that works. But like, you are in control of how you view yourself, about the version of you that you put out there. You're in control of the version of yourself that you put out there. Nobody else is. That's your job. That's your job, that's your responsibility, and that's your presentation, you know? Like, it's nobody else's job to blow smoke up your own ass. It's nobody else's job to wake up and go to your job in the morning. You know, like, it's up to you how you feel about yourself. It's up to you how much blush you put on. And whether or not it is a sane amount. And with me, the answer is it's never a sane amount. So there's that. Why does this brow always look higher than this one? I don't... Like, I want to get Botox in just this eyebrow so that it sits up like the other one. I'm not gonna get Botox, not anytime soon, but like... Does anybody else? Like, this arch is just better than this one, and I would never, ever master that. And that's just the way that that goes. We're gonna dip back into the conspiracy palette. I did get the cremated palette. She's right here. I do have a video filmed with the cremated palette, but I filmed it and then I haven't even started editing it because I wanted to get this up and talk about everything that I talked about today. Because when I first started my channel, I told Sam, I was like, I want to do like check-ins for mental health because everybody's mental health is a disaster right now. Like, and I haven't done it yet. So and with everything still going absolutely insane, I wanted to do that. I think people's mental health is something that we, as a society, not individual people, but as a society, we gloss over, and that we know is a thing, but it's such like a taboo to talk about mental health. And it shouldn't be. Like, that's part of your health is mental health. Like, the word health is right there. You can't gloss over it. You can't ignore it. It's not like why would you gloss over somebody's like brain not working the way they think it should or the way that they want it to? Like, I don't understand that concept. I think it's insane to me that people don't want to talk about mental health. Like, it's so important, and it has affected people for so long that it's insane to me and so bizarre to me that people don't want to talk about it. I feel like it's way too important to not talk about. So, sound off in the comments. How are you guys doing mentally? How are you guys handling everything that's going on? Do you feel like 2020 gave you, and that COVID and everything that's going on gave you like a better perspective on life? Or do you think it just kind of took you in a nosedive and spiraling? And I'm not saying that either option is wrong. I'm saying that if it took you in a nosedive, please talk to somebody. Not even just me. Talk to somebody, and try not just like talk to a therapist. Like, talk to somebody. Talking to literally anybody can help. Like, sometimes you realize the most about yourself when you're just having a goddamn conversation with your best friend. Like, it doesn't even have to be somebody like with a degree or like somebody that studied psychology for X amount of years. Like, sometimes just having a God's honest conversation with a friend, or, you know, your iPhone and a camera, like, can help you realize what you need to focus on or what is missing in your life. You know? Like, the way your mental health sets up the pillar for everything else. And like, physical health is important as shit, don't get me wrong, but I feel like so much is impacted by our mental health because it messes with our physical health. If you're struggling mentally, like if you are suffering from depression, your physical care can start to take a nosedive. Like, those two are so much more linked than people want to talk about. I'm going to use food videos to kind of I'm feeling funky today. I'm so sick of wearing masks, you guys. I feel like also, like, that's another thing, like, why I haven't filmed, is that, like, wearing the masks, like, I understand. They're vital to people's safety and health safety. But also, like, it takes the motivation away for me to be my best self, because, you know, it's taking over half of my face. Like, you're not going to see my contour. You're not going to see my blush underneath the mask when I go to work today. Am I going to feel better because it's on there? Hopefully. But, you know, it does. I'm not saying that it takes away from my self-worth, because it doesn't, but it takes away from my, you know, persona of for myself, of how I view myself. Like, makeup is one of the things that makes me happy, and to not be able to have that shine through the way that I would like it to is kind of a bummer, and I feel like I'm not my best self without it. And it's not that I think makeup is that important, it's that my makeup makes me feel like my best self. Actually, is there a shade in the cream makeup palette that I want to use for my inner corner highlight? I feel like there is, because I use it for my highlight all the time. Actually, I'm going to use Diamond Ashes. I haven't used this shade yet, and I really want to. You guys see that? That's so pretty and soft. That's not the shade that I use for my highlight all the time now, by the way. We're gonna use Afterlife in the same thing. Oh, looks so good. Again, I don't know why I'm putting highlight on my nose to put a mask on, but I feel better doing it, so. Okay. I guess I'll put mascara on after setting spray. Hey, Jeffrey, if you ever see this, can we make fans? Like, can we get fans? Because I feel like that would be marvelous. I mean, I know the Jeffree Star mirrors can kind of double as fans, but, like, I would just like to open it and fan myself. Like, that, I feel like that would be phenomenal and so dramatic that it just screams Jeffree Star. So can we get on that, please? Because I feel like that would be awesome. And I would ordinarily throw eyeliner on with this look, but I'm lazy and don't want to do it today, so. Let's not get that all over our face. Hair. Where did I put? Oh, they're there. Okay, they're behind the stand. By the way, I've also been on like a curly hair journey, in case you couldn't tell. It's not perfect. I'm not by any means doing like a full the curly girl method. But as I'm sure you guys could guess, my hair was very damaged the last time I posted a hair video. Again, also stuff that tied into like my view of myself, and you know, self-care is part of mental health too, by the way, just so we're clear. That also, self-care is part of your health in general. I work at a massage place. Self-care is so vital and so many people ignore it. Anyway, that's a whole other rant. I'd actually love to get one of my friends that's a massage therapist to talk about like self-care and body care and like everything. I would actually really love to do that, because people think that I'm like just breathing like massage envy like standards, and I'm like, no, but like when you think about it, it actually makes sense. So I'd actually really like to talk about like massage and like how taking care of your body actually does improve both your physical and mental life. One day. But yeah. All I want to do is throw a wig on right now, just because my side shave is just my least favorite part of my hair. I'm actually getting like better at dealing with the fact that my hair is curly. Curly hair is not my personal style. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my style. Mostly because my curls have never been like my ideal curl, especially now because they've been so damaged and straightened and chemically destroyed for years. This is a weird video. But yeah, it's been a time. Alrighty. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today. I probably am gonna like either put a headband in or some clips or something to keep my hair moderately normal. But thanks for getting ready with me. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Leave your comments down below. Like I said earlier, if you want to spout off about all lives matter, just don't. Just leave it, because you're either not going to get the response you want. Actually, you're not going to get the response you want regardless. If you're even going to mention that, like, just leave. Like, it's not, that's not what this channel is about. Like, I have so many things about all lives matter, because the same people that's about all lives matter are like the same ones that like abortion is wrong. All lives matter. Okay, yeah, but like so does the mother's life, and there's so many children like just sitting in orphanages like miserable, and you want to add more to that. Like, there's so many problems with that thought process, and like, you know, it just, there's so many, that's a whole other philosophy and conversation. But like, I just don't have the energy to deal with those kind of stupid comments today, so just don't. I don't have the energy to deal with those kind of stupid comments ever. I've only had to block one person in my life so far due to all of the insanity in the last couple of weeks and everything with like George Floyd police brutality and racism, and like I've only had to block one. Don't make me block more, because I fucking will. If you don't want to follow me because I am going to stand up to your racist bullshit, don't follow me. I don't fucking care. I don't want you here. So that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. I don't even want to say like, subscribe, and comment because you're going to do what you're going to want to do anyway. So I will see you guys, whoever is still here, in the next video. Hopefully it's a far more high energy. Hopefully this gives me... Let's just clean slate it after this. Let's go back to the good and positive things in the world after this, please. I'm not going to stop talking about racism. I'm not going to stop with my feminist opinions, but not everything is the time and place to do that. So, but I wanted to get this out because I felt like being silent on it wasn't doing anything for anybody. So I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.